Bam, there we go.
Never mind. I don't gotta reset it.
Yeah, we got
I'm
to
so
figure it out now.
sorry, man. I hate when it does that.
Oh man, you're good. I'm still trying to figure this out too with the Facebook Live and shit.
Right. How we doing?
Man, we doing great, bro.
Hey,
Extremely blessed.
everyone,
Man.
everyone out here, our top fans, our followers, Striker, Max, Crazy. Round of applause for my good friend Marlboro Slim down below. A shout out to you, man. Welcome to Wrestle Talk Live. I'm your host, Eamon Wolf, and I'm here to bring you along on the journey of the chaos and harmony realm and what we are. While we are in the chaos, we find our harmony. So while in your darkest place in life, you still will see light if you keep pressing on in life. So.
What
But yeah,
up, Crazy?
say what's up.
What up, Crazy? Crazy's my dude, man. It's a real genuine dude right there.
definitely a key point. He is one of our number one guys that always shows up on the live streams. And he's my ride or die when we go to shows. I sit by him normally, so hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love that guy. He is a true MVP of Oklahoma wrestling.
Oh yeah,
If you don't know Crazy, get to know him. He's a
I met him
blessing
at
to
Empire,
right.
and you know what I'm saying. We got to shake up, and you know what I'm saying, and got to talk for a little bit.
Hell yeah.
I love Crazy, man. He's a solid dude.
So
What up, Max?
man, how many months has it been since you've been wrestling? Because we know you tore your fibula, right? Let us know about what's going on with that, your recovery, everything.
Yeah. Basically, I don't know exactly what it was, but it was my ankle bone. I snapped it. I had to get a rod and two screws put in on the one side, and then I cracked a piece of my ankle on the other side too, and I had to get two screws in there as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
So
is his first interview since injury. So welcome in, man. I'm glad you're here.
I
Uh,
appreciate it.
I'm praying for your recovery, everything going good. How are you feeling? How's it been? The process of everything?
Man, I feel so much better now than I even did before. You know, so mentally and all that stuff. I think there was just it was just something that I had to go through, and things got delayed for a reason. You know, as far as my progress and where I was headed, and I think it was a very humbling experience, and I look forward to the future.
Heck yeah. Wise words from a man that just got injured. Legit. You're gonna keep going, and I believe in that. I believe in that testimony. So I keep grinding, man. You're doing hella good things for the wrestling scene here in Oklahoma. Uh, you made your debut in September of 2023. Wow, right?
Yeah,
which feels like such a short time ago, but you've already made an impact. I mean, you met me. But what's been the most rewarding part of wrestling for you so far?
man, really just the fans. You know, like the amount of love that I've gotten from fans and stuff. It's like it's overwhelming sometimes. You know, and it's like, I mean, because I've done music before in the past, you know, and I've been on tour, you know, and stuff like that. And just the response I've gotten from the wrestling community is just amazing, you know, and it's unlike anything that I ever felt being out there on the road doing music. It's a whole completely different ball game.
Yeah, I I love it. Actually, that's the adrenaline rush that you get is the crowd.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
that when you hit that curtain and you hear everyone like either booing for Hills or like yeah, like that's just exciting. Definitely me also I relate on the artist aspect of it. Um like hearing a crowd like yell your name is very adrenaline rush. You feel it. I deep down in your bones, like it makes your soul kind of shiver a little bit.
Oh yeah, it does definitely. Shout out Highway, that's my bro right there,
What's up,
man.
guys? Welcome in. If you're not following the page, Wrestle Talk Live is one of our series that we do here at Chaos and Harmony. Please hit that follow button. Support the journey. I'm only here to support the wrestlers here in the Oklahoma wrestling scene and surrounding
What do you
states.
on?
So.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people coming in, new faces. Welcome in, guys. Tap that heart button. Do whatever you want. Share it out to your friends, family that love wrestling, or people that don't really know much about wrestling. That's the way you hook them in. So,
Yeah.
you've worked several promotions like BPW, NW, NAW, and LCW. Which one has been the most influential in shaping who you are right now in your wrestling career?
I think the one that actually shaped me is not even mentioned, so I'm gonna go ahead and mention it, and that's UWE. You know, like UWE, they really took my persona out there and just exploded it. You know, like NAW gave me the training. You know what I mean, and they're the ones who gave me my start. Much love to NAW because like this Marlboro Slim thing wouldn't even existed without them giving me a chance. You know, and me doing that, I ended up getting to link up with Fuel and Anarchy, you know, with UWE and Telecall, and then they took my training and they turned it up like several notches. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Okay.
And they put me out there and they gambled on me and gave me a chance. And man, it's just been nothing but blessings, and it's took me all over the state after that. You know. So,
That that's really cool. I've heard a lot of good things about UWE. I didn't list it because I was hoping you would bring up something about it. Um,
yeah, and
so
it's
definitely good job on your end.
yeah,
I like to like open kind of the question for you, and leave out some things, but uh, also like Anarchy Fuel, they're amazing guys. I've
yeah,
watched a lot of their matches over the past year now, and they they like you saying the training was great. I mean, they're great. What they do is great. So anything they're doing in the ring or outside of the ring, I I normally try to have my eyes glued on just to see how they are interacting with people or just anything. Uh,
yeah,
Especially as an interviewer, I like to get that deep cut kind of side of people,
yeah,
if that makes any sense. You've had success in the tag team division with Tribal Nation. Also, Warhawk, one of our already guys that has joined the Chaos and Harmony family, and Neshoba, uh, ran by JR Wind, right?
yeah.
Um, what what's your approach to the tag team wrestling, and how do you feel when you're teaming with others?
Um, before I answer that question, I got to give you a fun fact that you probably don't know about yet. But Warhawk is another reason why I'm in this. You know what I'm saying? As far as getting my license and getting it legit to where I could be on the go. You know, and it goes even further back than that. Uh, man, we went to elementary school
Oh,
together. You know what I'm
wow.
saying? So like, yeah, we went to elementary school together, and then we kind of during seventh and eighth grade we kind of split our paths and went to different schools. But once 11th grade came, we ended up going to high school together. We played on the same football team and everything. So like, yeah, man, we called him Rocket. So like that's my bro for real. Like I got nothing but love for Warhawk, and that's who I'm going to ride with. You know what I'm saying? Until the wheels fall off of this thing.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
And
Crazy war ticket.
yeah, right. Yeah,
That's funny.
but
On our interview, actually, today I was editing Warhawk's episode, and there's part of it where someone commented, "Would you wear a chicken outfit in the ring?" And he's like, "No," but I'm like, "I would. Why
yeah,
not?
I mean,
Throw things
hey,
at me, do whatever.
if that's what
Just
the
to be in the ring, that'd be cool."
yeah, hey, if that's what the fans want, throw that chicken suit on me, and I'll tag with Bert in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That'd be
we'll
a
get it
cool tag
live out
team.
there. He can caw and I'll bok. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Oh gosh, that's so funny.
But man, I love tag team matches are so cool. Like, now don't get me wrong, I really love the solo tip. Like, it's just different. But especially when you have the right energy with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like the chemistry that me and Warhawk and the Shoba that we all have, you know what I mean? Like, we vibe, you know what I'm saying? And we
Right,
vibe
right,
out in our own chats and stuff. So like when we go into the ring, it just makes it that much more easier, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can sit there and be like, oh, let's try this, let's do this. We can even do it in a jokingly manner, but after we talk about it, we're like, yeah, let's go on and do that. You know what I mean? And it works out really good. So yeah, man, I love Tribal Nation, and the one who brought that all together was J.R. Wynn, because he came out to Naw when I was wrestling, and he seen me and he was like, "Hey, we want you to be a part of Tribal Nation," and I was like, "Hell yeah!" Especially my bros in there. Like, oh, it's not even a question. When do I start? Like,
right.
it's just great, man. I love it.
Legit. I don't know if you've seen any of y'all's new shirt designs, but I'm I've been working on some stuff for you guys and behind the scenes. If you knew that or not,
I did.
but
I did not know.
yeah, me and Jr. We've been talking for a couple months now about just like different ideals that he had. So it's been really cool to get to know him and Warhawk and you through the wrestling community here. It's been awesome. um,
Yeah. Slim Chickens. That's funny because hey, crazy. The guy that I was going against, Calhoun D. Croson. I had a little rivalry going on with him at UWE, which led to the Backwax match. And one of his promos he cut was actually at a Slim Chickens. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it's funny that you said the Slim Chickens on there. So
that's so funny, man. That that's a great story. Um, but yeah, it's really cool to get to know you guys and everything through the scene and through friends in the scene like May Storm and other people. I remember walking into, I don't want to say the wrong name. Uh, they just changed her name to, I think, Lionheart.
yeah,
Uh,
BPW.
yeah, BTW back in like September, I think.
Yep.
That's when I met you, and your match was amazing. I like what you're doing. You're selling it, man. You're selling it. I
Yeah,
believe in everything you're doing because I see it.
I
Uh,
appreciate it.
with that being said, wrestling has its share of unforgettable moments. Is there a particular moment or match in your career so far that stands out as a turning point or a moment when you realize you truly made a mark in the business of wrestling?
There's actually a couple. Um, one of them is when Tribal Nation went against the Outlaws and the boys from Arkansas and Diamond
Oh,
Land.
oh
When we
yeah.
when we had the 4-way tag match, see, because Bobby Burns was my trainer. He was originally my trainer, you know. So to go against him, and they were the champions there. To him being pleased with what I did, you know, and then the fans going crazy when I did that slam to dude, you know, Talon. Uh, yeah, that was really a good turning point for me. You know, it let
Yeah.
me know like, holy shit, you know, because I had people compliment me that I've done shows with for a while, and I never got a compliment like that, you know, which I just go out there and do my shit anyways,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? But to get that compliment, like, that really let me know, hey, like, now you're getting more aggressive, and you're not as shy, you know. That actually, that comment, and it was from Burnham, you know what I'm saying? And that comment that he made to me that night, it really changed everything as far as my confidence and going into the ring the next time, you know. So, and another turning point was it was that showdown, UWE showdown, and
Okay.
that it was so packed in that gym. Like, I've never been in front of that many people. There was hundreds of people in there, and like, just when I come out, when I even when I was in the back, just waiting to come out, the energy from the crowd was so crazy. It scared me for a second, you know, because like it just went through my body. I could feel it, and I got goosebumps from it. And then I come out there, and it was so crazy. We took it into the crowd, you know, like, and we're like, there's these bleachers that go all the way up, you know, and we went up in them bleachers and was doing it out there amongst the crowd, you know, and just getting them all riled up and stuff. And like, oh man, there was no feeling like that yet, you know. Like, it just let me wonder, like, how big can it really get? You know what I mean? And oh my gosh, it was just the craziest experience.
Like you talking about that gave me chills, like just all of a sudden. Because like imagine like WWE or AEW, you're walking out to like 80,000.
Yeah.
Like what? Like that's crazy. And you're like, oh, it's a couple hundred, but that's how you're feeling. So get ready for
Oh yeah.
the
Yeah.
bigger
I
crowd
mean,
because it'll be in your future.
yeah. I mean, because I watch the live events and stuff all the time, you know, and every chance I get, you know, uh, and I'm watching that, and a lot of times it goes back to that moment, that showdown for me. You know what I mean? I'm like, golly, can you imagine what that would feel like if that's what that felt like for me at that time? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy,
What is
man.
up, Gage?
What's up, Gage? Man, shout out to Gage too, man, because he been checking up on me throughout this whole time. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, I don't forget people who be checking up on me, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
and looking out for me and just wishing me well, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
man.
And
I mean,
Gage
we're
is
all
one of
here
them
to
people.
cheer you on, man. We are. Definitely. I know I checked on you a couple times too.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
that's why I was definitely wanted to get you on here, especially after like something like that happening.
Yeah.
Uh, it. I mean, the momentum of like everything happening all at once can be kind of crazy, and I I
Man, it
kind of wanted to pick your brain about like things like that today, and like just talk about like just what you are, who you are, what drives you. Wrestling can be an unpredictable ride. What's one of the most challenging uh, or unexpected lessons you've learned since stepping into the ring, and how does it change your approach to the things going forward?
To trust your gut. Um, when the injury happened, I, I really didn't want to try that move, because um, I'm not blind to my ability and what I can and what I cannot do, and I felt like, honestly, I wasn't ready to try that at that weight class, you know what I mean? And, I went against my better judgment and I paid for it, like tremendously, because now my ankle is not going to be the same, you know what I mean? Just trying to look at it smarter, like, I have to be more safe and conscientious when I'm in there, you know what I mean? Like, there's other ways that you can create the same effect uh, without putting your body fully at risk like
Right.
that, without the proper training, that is, you know what I mean? Like being in the weight room, and getting yourself prepared for that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And I was going in there a little bit, but I wasn't going in there like I needed to, and that I paid for it, I paid the price. It's just the price of learning, and things of that nature. And that's why when I come back, I'm gonna come back 10 times harder. So, because now I know, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm. Tenfold, man. You gotta bring
yeah.
it back.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ready.
But I'm gonna be,
I'm ready to see it.
yeah, yeah, hey, like, it's going to be explosive, but it's going to be smarter too. You know what I mean? I'm going
Okay.
to do things
Okay.
the way I feel they should go. You know what I mean? And not deny my gut this time. So
Right. No, I love that. That's that's a gold answer, my guy. You deserve a title for that answer.
man, because it's like the Miz. You know what I mean? Like the safety is everything when it comes
Right.
to us and putting on our shows. And like he's one of those wrestlers that safety is his main thing,
Mhm.
like he does great stuff in the ring, and this and that, but safety is his main thing. And I've read things about him to where that was said, and now that I fully understand why he said that, because nobody wants to be stalled, especially like when they're on their way, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because like I had a lot going. I was booked every weekend somewhere, you know what I mean? And like now it's been since October since I've even
Mhm.
stepped around a ring, you know what I mean? So like that really put me at a standstill for a minute, but it's just a part of life, you know what I'm saying? You got to take the good and the bad and be thankful for both of them, so
Definitely, definitely. Wise words. The wrestling community is known for its strong bond. You talked about this a little bit ago about the fans, between fans and performers. How do you stay connected with your fans, and what's one message you'd want to send them to make as you make your return to the ring?
who's Marlboro Slim without fans? You know what I mean? Like my fans are everything, and that's why I like to connect with them, because it's really hard out here in this world and this economy that we're living in, that's designed to keep us from enjoying life, you know what I'm saying? And we got to go through and do a lot of things, maybe work a job we don't even like, you know what I'm saying, dealing with a lot of life issues. And it's like when you come to an event that's an escape. You know, like none of that matters for that hour and a half, 2, 3 hours. You're just living in the moment. And if I can make that moment stronger with you, that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love my fans. My fans have been really great. And like I sit there and I talk about it with my wife all the time. You know what I mean? Just like how much I love that energy that I get. You know.
I love that. Um, you've faced some challenges in your life, and wrestling has clearly been your outlet for you. Looking back, was there a particular moment either before or after your debut when you truly understood what wrestling meant to you, and what you wanted to achieve inside of the sport?
It's crazy because the reason why I got into the wrestling, it really wasn't even for myself. You know, when I first started going to these local indie events, it was I went with my old lady and my stepson. You know, and that's something that he is really passionate about, and something that he liked doing. At the same time, I was looking for a way to bond with him. You know, and I seen how much fun he was having at the events and stuff. And so right after that event, I went to the promoter and I said, hey, you know, I got an athletic background. I said, this is something that I feel like I could do. You know, what would it take for me to be out here and do this, you know? And I paid my fee, you know, and went to my training and stuff and helped set up the ring. And I was security for a couple of events. I think the only reason why I got to get in the ring my first time is because there wasn't enough people there, to be honest, you know, and they needed a full card, so they didn't know if I was ready or not, you know. And I went out there and I guess I did good enough because I've been on the card ever since, you know. And my my stepson has a major role in that, you know, because and he's the one who's always out there at every event with me. And now I I really can't even see life without wrestling in it, you know what I mean? Because before all that, you know, and before I got with his mom, you know, I wasn't really living the greatest life, you know, like we talked about, you know, beforehand, some of the people that we knew, you know, and knew of, it was kind of crazy and hectic, and I was surrounded by a lot of things that I shouldn't been involved in, you know, and
Right.
by the grace of God, you know, he gave me another route, you know, to get to go somewhere different in a more positive manner, you know what I'm saying? And I can't I can't be like that, you know, out there in the ring and around kids, you know, like so cuz addiction is crazy, you know, and it can capture the lives of people. So it actually freed me from that too, you know what I'm saying? So
That that's a cool reflection. Um, I know I've dealt with my addictions in the past. I'm actually, I think, like 105 days sober of alcohol.
that,
So, like,
that's awesome, bro.
I push push that out of my life completely. And I feel like I have, and I feel like I'm doing great. Uh, and I can feel like the health benefits
Yeah.
of it, like when you cut it out.
Yeah,
So
I mean that's how I feel too, you know, because you know, like, oh man, she gonna be so mad at me for even mentioning this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Because you know that's just not my image anymore, you know what
mhm,
I mean? But uh, man, there was a time where you know I was kind of addicted, you know what I mean? And
mhm.
it was bad, you know. And there was a time where I was looking at like 40 years in prison, you know, for things I did. Uh, I got caught up in some bull, you know what I mean, and involving other people and stuff. And like I said, it's the grace of God for real, you know. Like He gave me another chance, and I'm just trying to do the best with it, you know. And now, you know what I'm saying, I could talk about this now, you know what I mean, because I recently got saved, you know what I'm saying, and I got baptized, you know, last week. And it took me like a whole year to even get to that point of me just going every Sunday, you know what I mean. And
No, yeah, I get that.
yeah, the only time I didn't even go to church was when I was far off, you know what I'm saying, doing wrestling and couldn't make it. But like I'm in there every Sunday now, you know. So
So yeah.
yeah.
Um. So outside of wrestling, what are some of your personal hobbies or interests that fans might not know about you? You did say a little bit of a hint earlier about you. You're an artist. But yeah, are there any hobbies or interests that you have that probably we don't know about?
Um, let's see. I love producing music. You know, I haven't done it in a while since I started wrestling. You know what I mean? I kind of just took a break from it, but I really love producing music. I love making melodies and stuff like that. Like I said, I used to rap and stuff. I went by 420 Dally. Was on tours and stuff. Opened up for yeah, I opened up for Project Pat and Bun B from UGK, Young LA when he was signed to Grand Hustle. I've kicked it with Mr. Pookie and Mr. Lucci. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I've had a pretty eventful life. You know what I mean? But I love playing basketball too. That's one thing I really love. Shooting basketball and things of that nature. I played AAU growing up. You know, one of my coaches was actually a part of the San Antonio Spurs back in the 60s, 70s, you know, and his son was my coach. And my coach's brother was actually Ronnie Brewer that played for the Bulls and went to Arkansas, you know. So, yeah, like I really love basketball. Um, Fortnite, man, I get down on
Ooh,
Fortnite.
okay, let's play sometime,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, for
I'm,
sure, man.
I'm really digging Lego Fortnite right now. Me and my brother and sister get on it like all the time. They're in Arkansas, so I don't really see them a lot, but I get to see their character and talk to them through that. So
Yeah,
it's
like
it's
it
still kind
started
of cool.
out with me, because I'm kind of like going through some custody stuff with my youngest son, you know, and it's a way that I can connect with him, you know, and we go and do the duos and stuff like that, you know, and I'm trying. That's a way for me to be there when I can't be there. You know what I mean? Because mom would be tripping and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you know how that kind of thing goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's really what reeled me into the Fortnite. You know, and so I play it. You know, I'll play that when he gets home. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I play it just when he's not there playing. You know, I'll play anyway because it's fun. You know what I'm saying?
And pass the time,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, you gotta get
and
those wins.
yeah, yeah, and I got some bros that I go online with. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I
Yeah,
feel that.
I love it.
Um, Wrestling takes a lot of physical and mental strength. What do you do to keep your mind sharp and stay focused when you're not in the ring?
It was just looking forward to the next show, you know, because it was just going to be in 7 days, you know. So like, I really didn't have that too much of a break to where I had to condition myself to get ready. You know what I mean? I just had to stay ready.
Mhm.
Uh, but here lately, you know, it's just knowing that I'm going to get back in there and just thinking about what I can do to make it even better, you know, in the future. a lot of prayer, like that helps me as well, digging into the book now. I really wasn't doing that before, but, after this injury, like I said, it really humbled me,
Mhm.
and it actually brought me closer to God and stuff, so.
Uh, do you know of a date that we might see you next?
Uh, they got me on the flyer for February 1st,
Okay.
which is like, well, I get out of my boot next week,
Okay.
so I'll be back in shoes the day after
Dang, that's
Christmas.
some speedy recovery, man.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't think it would be that fast, but you're killing it, man. Okay, okay,
yeah.
I see you.
God, hey, like I said, man, God is good, and I give Him all the glory.
Oh yeah.
Uh, my bone is actually fusing to this rod. So like I feel like it's going to be kind of bionic. You know what I mean? Like, so
Okay, okay, Iron Man.
right. Um, but at the same time, I start my physical therapy uh January 3rd, and I'm not going to rush anything. So if my physical therapist says that I'm not ready and doesn't advise me to get into the ring, I'm not going to go against the doctor's orders, because I want this to fully heal, at least 90%, that way uh, we don't do this again. You know what I mean? So
Right.
for
Yeah.
a while. So I mean, it'd have to be me jumping off a 30-foot ladder or something, like for something like that, and that's not in my repertoire. So
Okay,
like,
Darby Allen, chill
hey,
out.
hey, like the person who gets me hype like that is Floyd, man. I love Floyd, and he gets me so hype when he jumps out of the ring, onto people, and like I tell Floyd every time we're at an event, I'm like, I'm gonna jump out like you do, but
I would
I
see
just
that
don't.
one day. Maybe. But
I don't do
my
it,
guy,
bro. I leave that to
my
Sam,
guy crazy. My guy crazy.
right? I leave that stuff to Sam Stackhouse for right now. You know what I mean? Like, and shout out to Sam, man. He's killing it. You know what I'm saying? He's out there doing his thing, but he's the one who's been making my merch and stuff for me.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I
Sam
do I
Stackhouse.
do my own shirts, but like as far as my rolling trays and my ashtrays, my lighters and stuff like that, man, that's Sam. Sam's the man for that one.
Right.
And but yeah, I do my own shirts and stuff. I
Yeah,
got a cricket
I
and
hear that right. Go get that merchandise. Go support your Marlo Slim. Um,
for sure, man. Because like what and that's something that like it helps us. You know what I mean? Like we go up there. There's some matches where I'll get $7 at the end of the day. You know what I mean, for
no, yeah,
certain
yeah.
feds. You know what I mean. And that the merch sales really help. You know what I'm saying? They help us with our bills. Help us with our gas to get to the next event. And if it's far away, it helps us with our hotel stay. And
Right.
with our kids and stuff. Like, man, the merch sales mean a lot. And my favorite place to sell merch is in Telequal, because man, they buy it up every time I set up and it's a big event. I sell out of everything and I got to start over. So yeah.
Yeah. Um, so go check out Marlo Slim's merch. Also, we have hats and t-shirts available on our Printify shop. You can find it on the profile. On our link tree, you'll find the shop. Um, definitely. This all what we make from it goes back into the podcast to make us help us grow, just like Marlo, trying to sell his merch to help him grow, puts it back into what's going on in the wrestling community. Um,
And I haven't really spoken this much,
no,
but
you're good.
I have an online exclusive t-shirt that you can only get online, and it is the x-ray of my broken ankle. you
Okay.
know, and it says, they say wrestling is fake, and it's basically my way of saying that the stuff is not fake. The
No,
stuff is real.
no,
It's choreographed. Don't get me wrong, but we got to create a
it
story for you guys.
yeah, it's like predetermined.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, kind of like a play, if you
Yeah,
really
yeah, but
like.
a very painful one, because
Right. It's
I've hit the
yeah,
Indian strap matches and then things hurt, like I've,
it's painfully
yeah.
funny.
Well, it's like something I read, earlier. Somebody put on Facebook and stuff, and they said that when you take a bump, uh, the physical feel of it is the same thing as an accident at 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like we're putting our bodies through that every time we get slammed, every time, like we really put it all out there, and we try to do it in the smartest, safest manner. And sometimes it ain't really that safe, but we do it for our love of the game.
Mhm. I completely agree. Um, Safety is a key factor in all wrestling, even UFC, even like everything.
Everything.
So, with that being said, to close everything out, what is something that you would like to share? Inspiration, motivations, spit that out to the crowd out there. The champs and divas are alive.
Um, I think it's the one thing that everybody who's a fan of me been wanting to hear me say since they got on this podcast. It's all gravy, baby. Like, no, and really what that means is, that's just a saying that you could say whether you're going through the happiest moments or the saddest moments, because it's all gravy. It gets you through to the next. The good times don't last forever, and the bad times don't last forever. So enjoy every moment and enjoy the lessons and the blessings. Um, I mean, that's just life and how life is. You got to be thankful for it all. So just keep going, whatever it is. If there's something that you want to pursue in life, man, give it your all, because it's definitely something that you love to do, or you wouldn't be in it. You know what I mean? So you gotta be in it to win it. So
So the fame is still looking crazy. How's the question that he tells me to ask every week? So I'll ask that for him for his little part of it. Um, if you could take one thing out of independent wrestling and put it into a different area of your life, what would that be?
dang, it's a hard question.
Oh yeah, he had it.
Damn you, crazy, because I don't know how to answer that. No. um, man, I really don't. I wouldn't want to take anything from nothing, because things are in place the way they should be.
I love that.
You know what I mean? If there was something that was meant to be in that aspect, it would have been there. So that's just like, I guess you could say, trying to force an outcome. You know what I mean? And nah, we don't chase, we attract. You know what I'm saying? And I have to be thankful for all them things that's with wrestling, because if they're in this side of my life, I can't appreciate it as much. So
Right.
that's about the best way I could answer that.
No, you're good. Warhawk was stumped. He couldn't even answer. So
Well,
he was
that,
like,
that man, that's a
I
tough
don't even
question
know
though.
how to answer that. And I'm like, it's all good. Like, we don't have to have the answer every time. But I feel like it's good to throw off the guest a little bit on a good question like that.
Yeah,
I think
that
I
was a
think
really good
about
question.
multiple things that I would try to like do, but also wrestling in itself is a whole big thing. So it's like it kind of covers a lot of things too. So,
Wrestling is its own world. It really
Yeah.
is, you know. And
It's its universe. Oh, you muted yourself. I don't know. It's a little microphone at the bottom. Oh, dang. I don't know what happened. Uh, there should be a microphone like down at the bottom by a wand. I don't know, man. So weird. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know what to do.
all right, there we go.
There we go.
All right. It wouldn't let me hit that deal. So
I
I
was
guess my
like,
fingers
wait, why can't I hear him now?
fingers too big. My bad. My stepson was sending me a snap, and I was trying to. He's probably telling me that the dinner's ready, you know. So he knew I was coming out here doing this, but where was we at?
Dang it. You were stumped by Crazy's question,
Yeah.
but you did give a great answer. I don't know.
Oh shit! What up, Kenny?
What's up, sign guy?
Kenny's in there.
The
Kenny's dope
police.
too. I love Kenny.
Yeah, he's these guys. They're very supportive people in the scene. Not only for wrestlers, for me too.
Yeah.
Definitely. They're always on every live. Kenny, sign guy, Max Mercer, and still looking crazy. My bad, crazy. I was like, what? Where's his name?
That's what's up, Kenny. I appreciate you for real.
Oh heck yeah, yeah. Bro. I feel like we kind of dived in deep on a lot of personal things, and I love that. I love that you were so open to share those things with me. Um, you're incredible, man. Keep pushing it, man. One day I want to see you on something huge, and you're gonna be like the crowd now. Oh crap! I'm walking out to like 20,000 right now. Like,
Yeah.
just get ready, man. I know the good Lord will push you in that right direction, definitely. And I'm praying for your recovery, your healing. We'll see you in February.
Oh yeah, for sure. If not, I'm definitely going to be involved with the show. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
yeah,
Shout out
like
Marlboro Slim. Go get a t-shirt. Go sell. Go grab his merch. Support this guy. Give him all your money. Love on
hey,
him.
you
You
ain't got to
know.
give me all of it, but you can toss a little something my way
Nah,
to help me get by
I'm
too.
just, and yeah, no, go support your local promotions. Go support your local wrestlers like Marlboro Slim. That was Wrestle Talk Live. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you,
Oh man,
and
I appreciate
I
y'all.
love your story. Legit, I can't stop reiterating that. I love your story, and it touches a lot of uh, things that I'm relatable on, and it just really helps my heart kind of come together a little bit more when you share your themes. So I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no problem, bro. Like I just wanted to give y'all what y'all want, you know, a real raw piece of me. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Thank
anything
you
more
so
than that.
want
and have
to
to require
very
a condom. You know what I'm saying? So no, anything more raw than that. So yeah, but I appreciate it, man,
thank
for
you
real, bringing me
so
on here.
much.
Like I said, I've been wanting to get on the podcast for a while, but me personally, I feel like it's lame if you kind of reach out,
No,
you know,
yeah.
to somebody. I'd rather be found, you know. So that's just how I feel about it,
I
you know.
found you, bro. I found you. I was like, I gotta hit this guy up. Definitely. I like when I first met you, I just felt your story immediately. I'm one of those guys. I just get your aura. Like I'm just like, oh, okay, this guy I vibe with. Like,
Yeah.
and I love people in general. I'm a people person, so like I like to get to know people and become friends. I'm not a small talker. I'm a big talker. I talk deep. I want to get to know someone the first time I meet them. So
And
definitely felt that
can,
vibe.
can I give another fun fact to close the event?
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody thinks that Marlboro Slim is a pimp gimmick. It's not. The influence from my gimmick goes back to the juke joints in Mississippi, and the blues feel. You know what I'm saying? Like with the hats, you know, and the swagger and stuff. I'm a real big fan of Mississippi juke joints, you know, and I used to
Okay.
go out to Clarksdale and go sit in, and I see, you know, I love how the people dress, you know, when they come out there. And you know, there's people who's been out there working hard all week long, and then they throw on their best outfit to go, you know, to go to the club later on that, you know, that Saturday or whatever. You know what I mean? And that's really the emphasis behind the Marlboro Slim.
Okay. That I like juke joints also. That's really
Uh,
cool. I like the underground vibe too. Like
yeah, yeah.
those are like
See, because I used
odd.
to go out to Reds, you know what I'm saying, out there in Clarksdale, you know, and he'd be cooking barbecue and shit out there, you know, and then have
Mhm.
live music going, you know, and they would serve their beer out of the ice chest, you know, and
Yeah.
it was a for real juke joint. And rest in peace to Red, you know, he's no longer here with us. But if you go to the other side of town, there's actually another place called Ground Zero, and it's right by the Delta Blues Hall of Fame, and that's owned by Morgan Freeman. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah, so yeah, that's two little hot spots that that I used to hit up when I was out that way. You know what I'm saying? So
Like Kenny signed guy. He finally got a poster from me, and his excitement was awesome.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
saw some pictures of that.
yeah,
You're like,
man. And I was every time I went to an event, I'd see him have them posters, you know. And I told him, I was like, man, where's my poster at? You know what I mean? He said, I'll get you sometime, you know. But man, when I come out and I seen that, man, it really hit my heart. You know
oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like for somebody to put that much time and effort into something to bring to me at a show, you know what I mean? Like, man, that really means a lot to me, you know. So shout out Kenny for that shit, for real,
Mhm.
for real, for real.
And again, another another great episode. That was awesome. Wrestle Talk Live with Marlboro Slim. I'm your host, Eamon Wolf. And while in the chaos, we find our harmony. You want to say something real fast to end it out?
It's all gravy, baby.
We love you guys. We will see you on YouTube. See you soon.
All right.